but one came out victorious. So big ups to Adesanya. His second successful defense of his crown, and of course, he did that in the second round. A technical.
Maybe they've sorted out their issues already. Within a short space of time. Trust me, it's possible. Probably the fact that probably the NFF and the Football Association could Ivory Coast have not were not able to come to a level head probably in terms of funds on how to split funds and or probably how to get fans to the stadium. Because now they're going to have a limited number of fans in the stadium. So I guess, and again, venue too. It's possible that the FA might not be able to pay for their players getting to that particular venue. Probably they have a more neutral venue that they can have access to for the Belgium game. So those things come into play. Moreover, there are also match agents too that are involved in this. They come into the mix here. So a lot of things go in between matches. So we can't blame them. It's an international break. You have a very short space of time to do a whole lot.
And we must also give kudos to the president, the NFF president, Amaju Pinnick, who quickly stepped in and called the Algerian president, talking about Keredine Zechi, to fix that particular, and they eagerly accepted. I mean, why not? They played us in the Nations Cup. Why not play us again? Maybe this time we might get a revenge against.
Moreover, a lot of Nigerian players currently now in Europe doing well. So it's a good thing. It's a good fight for them to test their players, and also we also have new players to see how they can do well against the reigning African champions. Very good opposition. Very good.
Okay, you mentioned the agent, FIFA match agent, Jairo Patron is the one, brokering this deal. And of course, the Algerian Federation said they're giving him all the requirements to work and plan whatever they need in Austria. And the good news is that the Austrian embassy in Nigeria has been doing a lot in helping our players get the work, the permits, and everything they need to get going in that particular game.
Austria is not a popular destination amongst Nigerians.
But it's Europe.
It's Europe. I know, but it's not really a popular destination compared to England and some other countries. So it's a good one for them. So at least they'll get.
That's where we camped before the World Cup. Now it was the same place.
Yeah, that I'm saying now. A lot of Nigerians. You hardly go to the airport and hear anybody saying they're going to Austria.
That's
that kind of thing.
Right,
so so it's a good one. At least they'll have enough visa fees to spend.
Alright, October 9 is when Nigeria will play the first game, of course, against Algeria, and then take on Tunisia.
The new handball rule for me it's too harsh.
Too harsh, right?
Yes, it's too harsh.
Because I've been checking it. I'm not a footballer, but I mean, if I want to jump, I have to move my hands.
Hands up, yeah.
I want to tackle someone, I have to move my hands. So for me, it's just saying that once the ball hits your hand, no matter how, as long as it's not around your body, it's a penalty.
I think these days the penalty calls are becoming too easy.
They are too easy. And you know the thing, I said it before here. A lot of players will be doing it deliberately.
You saw the Man City game. I think some calls were too harsh. Because there are sometimes when it's a soft touch. You know back in the days, when the likes of Delima we dribble in the 18, even if they are being touched a little, they still stand up or they still try to stay on their feet and try to score the goals. But now you have very soft penalties. For me, very, very soft penalties.
Wow. Okay, so what do we do now? Because again, who agreed this law? I mean, all the clubs actually agreed that VAR should come, and then when your hand touches the ball, it started last season.
It's for those that set the rule and they keep reviewing. And last season too, they were trying to bring a law where there's no more headers in football anymore.
Yeah.
Say due to concussion and everything. Which I feel is when if ball goes to the air, that means you wait for the ball to bounce or something. Course. So
I mean, it's hard when you start removing those things.
Those things that makes football special. That brings the whole football excitement. I think that football begins to lose its touch.
All right. These were the comments of course, Crystal Palace's boss Roy Hodgson. He said that it is killing the game of football. That's what he described the VAR as. And then Jose Mourinho said, "Not for me to comment on the handball. Fantastic performance. Deserved the point clearly, but we lost 2 points." So that's what he says. And of course, Newcastle were gifted that late draw against Tottenham. Their boss Steve Bruce said the handball has been around for 100 years. If it is deliberate, no problem, but it has to be clear and obvious. That's even where the issue is. Did the player deliberately put his hand out so that the ball can hit it? That's where the issue. But so now it doesn't matter.
Okay, like the Chelsea game, the third goal, it touched the player's hand, but they said it was his arm. Now, I was watching the analysis by Ian Wright where they were trying to say there's now from the shoulder down is your arm, it's just your hands. You touch the ball, that's an obvious probably penalty or a red card. But I think it's very unfair. If you touch your hand, touch your hand. They shouldn't.
Okay, there was one. I think it was last week. The player was falling, and while the ball was coming, he fell on it. But I think it was a City player. I can't remember. And then a penalty was blown. They didn't know the ball was coming that way while falling. How would you avoid the ball?
I think since it's a VAR, check where the player was looking at. I think that's to know how conscious
he was looking
at how conscious he was of the foul. So, but these days, I just feel this season. Like, okay, the Man City game had about 3 penalties.
Three
penalties. And trust me,
my God,
we're going to have more in the coming days because one, you have a lot of intelligent players.
Exactly.
Especially for the mid-table teams, and that would know that this defender is like this, so we know what to do.
Neymar.
Yeah, if you had a potential Neymar in the Premier League, we know that this kind of thing will happen. So,
all right, let's quickly take your messages. Stephen Ngidi is saying, no matter the law, no matter how they try, human error must always come to play. As for VAR, I think the purpose is gradually being defeated because of the inconsistency of the referees and their company. Okay, a few for them though. And then moving to Adesoya, we have a bit some messages here as well. Olosunde Temitope is saying Israel Adesoya is a beast. I wish him all the best. He should be not realize. Oh, good afternoon to you, Annabelle. Longest time. Yes, it's been a while we heard from you. Fatoye Oluyomi saying he's very energetic. I so much admire when he speaks in Yoruba language after the fight. Yeah, he did that. Prince Adebo Wabola is saying that he's a proud Nigerian. And then of course looking at so the performance of Chelsea was really called to question. 3 goals in 29 minutes, and then you look at the shambolic performance from Manchester. If I don't know which was worse between the two, and I was using the two of them, the two managers, as a case study because we will start seeing some sacks coming up. Before I get your thoughts on this, a bit of comment from our listeners. Oluwatosi is saying none. So who will be sacked this year? He's saying none. Okay, that's your opinion. And then Moflo is saying I'll wait till December. And then Ife Sanchez is saying none as well. Jeremy Olushola says Lampard, it is easy for me to select him because of two reasons. The huge amount of money Chelsea spent to bring in fresh players, and then CFC is a sacking club. And so those are the 2 reasons he thinks Lampard might be fired.
I think Guardiola has more of a job security than Lampard because
he does.
You have a lot of players that have improved under him. Yeah, so I think the philosophy of the club too matters. Man City are growing a lot of players compared to a Chelsea team. He's buying finished products, and a lot of players are really going down. But I still feel their tactics is questionable. You have a team from last season. Start with that. Don't bring new players. Should come from the bench. That was what other coaches are doing. So
all right, let's focus on today's game. Liverpool Arsenal. Time is running out.
For Liverpool 1-0.
Liverpool
1-0.
Okay, we'll see how that pans out. Well, big ups to Napoli and of course our own Victor Osimhen, who got an assist, although he had so many chances he didn't score. 6-0 they beat Granada. And also Inter, 7-game thriller between Inter and Fiorentina. A lot of goals coming in. Suarez banging in 2 goals, and of course Messi seems he's getting back the groove. We'll get to tell you more tomorrow when we return on Sports Summit on Metro 97.7 FM. Thanks to Chinedu Onali for joining me, and also to Oge, whose boyfriend is really getting into the stride. We get to talk about Nima maybe tomorrow. All right, it's bye-bye from me, and thanks to all of you sent in messages. We'll be back tomorrow, but at 2 p.m. of course we'll be joining our Lagos studios for the newsreel. That's the news package. Do stay tuned to Metro FM 97.7.